This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi everyone. Good morning all. Okay. Okay. So I believe all were there as part of uh, the demo, right? Anyone, at least someone has listened the recording, right? So if someone is really new who has not even gone through the recording, then please request them to go to the recording of the demo. Okay, to get a brief understanding. Right? So today we'll be starting your first class. Okay, I'll be taking your first class. So in this first class, what we'll do here is okay. So very first, we need to do three things. Very first is your Azure account creation, because if you want to start the practicals, we require an Azure account. Second thing, we should know how to create or launch an virtual machine. The third one is how to connect an virtual machine. Okay, how to connect a virtual machine. These are three things we require it initially, so that we can have your practicals in place daily. So then we'll go and start your Linux admin. Okay, Linux administration first. We'll be having a Linux administration first, because this is the base. This is the base pillar for your DevOps and Azure. Okay, DevOps and Azure. So we definitely require this one. We definitely require this one. Right? So now let's go and see how to create a Azure account, how it looks. Okay, how that Azure account looks. Let's see that. So you can create like one account with your email ID, phone number, and your card and everything. So basically, for creating this one, what you require is, very first you require a email ID. Okay, email ID. Make sure you have a proper login and password for email ID. Okay, login password you have it properly. Second thing, you require your phone number. Okay, a phone number which is not used previously for Azure. And the lastly, you require any of your debit or credit card. Okay, debit or credit card, whichever it is fine. You require this one, fine. So because it will not charge you anything with debit card, credit card, but it will just verify whether a genuine account or not. Because initially, what you'll get is, you'll get 1 month free trial account. You'll get it. Okay. So this year they'll give you a free 15,000 rupees. Okay, 15,000 rupees will be given you. Okay, 15. We say rupees 15,000. Okay, for using the Azure account. So they'll not charge you even single rupee. Okay, this is just, okay, no payment is deducted. Again, I'm saying to clarify, no payments are deducted. Okay, deducted. It is not possible until you pay it. It will not deduct. Okay, this is just for verification. Nothing much, just for verification they'll ask it. Okay, so very first you have to create an account. So already my account is created instant place. Okay, so I can't recreate that account. So I'll give you a doc where I took all the screenshots. I'll explain you one by one. It's very simple account. Okay, just two to like hardly like 6 to 7 steps are there where you need to perform. So first click on this Azure Microsoft.com portal. Okay, click on this link or just type Azure. Okay, Microsoft Azure in Google. You will get the link from there. Once you type it, you'll see this kind of a page. You'll see this kind of a page. Okay, so in this page you use your, okay, Azure, new to Azure, start free. Click on this or click on free account, anything is fine. Click on the free account or click on this. Okay, when you land on this page, then start free, click on the start free. Okay, next we'll go ahead, and then enter any Gmail ID or Microsoft email ID. Enter any Gmail ID or Microsoft email ID. Okay, so go with the Gmail account. You will have a Gmail account, right? And make sure the Gmail account is available inside your system. Okay, inside your machine. See, my Gmail accounts are here. So I already have a logins with them, so I kept it here, right? So make sure you have a Gmail account with you. Next step, once you enter your email ID, give a password for a new password for login. That means a new password which you require for logging into your account. New password required for logging into your account. And then click on next. Click on next. Okay, it will ask you for a puzzle. So make sure you remember the password properly. Again, I'm saying remember the password properly when you give your account. And then solve the puzzle. They'll ask you like, can you tell me two identical things? Okay, or which are in the two faces, same side facing and everything, right? Pick up one square that has two identical objects, right? So like identical objects, you have to mention it. And then once your verification is completed, okay, proven that you are not a robot and it's a human, now enter your profile details account to debit card, credit card. So now what is a problem with Azure is, they, that people will verify. Okay, it's not that you can create any genuine name. Okay, what is this? Now I gave Devops, right? It will not accept. Previously it was accepting. Now what they're doing, they are enter, they asking you to enter the profile according to debit and credit card. So what are the name is there in the debit card? For example, my, in my debit card my name is like Sagar T. So give Sagar and last name T. Don't give like your full name here and half name here. No, if you have three names, go with like first name is this one, middle name is this one, last name is this one. Okay, give, put that in sequential order so that when your payment happens the same name comes there. Okay, so whatever is put in the card, exact name you give it. Okay, either your first name, last name, whatever it is there, put it exactly according to your any of your card. And then email ID, and once you put an email ID, it'll ask you phone number. Okay, so here you're giving your India as a region. If you have some from some other country, you give some other country. And then Give your details account to debit and credit card. So whatever the name is there in the debit and credit card, give the same name. Again and again I'm saying, okay, whatever the name is there in the debit card, give the same name. Enter your email ID, phone number, and then give, it will generate one OTP. Okay, just text me or call me, it will generate an OTP. So this OTP, once you verify this code, so your organization should be student. If it is asking like organization is student, go with student. PAN card is optional. They are not asking PAN card. In case they are asking a PAN card, then you have to enter it. Fine. And then enter the full address, guys. Don't enter the half of address. Give your full address. Okay. According to your Aadhaar card or any other proof, give it completely. Why? Because these people will again ask you this details. If you don't fill it now properly, they'll again send an email, ask you to upload some proofs and etc. Things they'll ask you. Now I understand. Okay, I understand this terms and conditions for the free account. And next, so what we gave here, we gave your profile, we gave your profile where you gave your name account to debit card, credit card, and then you have your phone number, and then you have your verification code, and then you select the respective option. Like, okay, organization, you say you are a student. Okay, go with student account only, and then agree with this, and now click next. Once you enter this one, it will ask you, it will give you confirm your details, and it will ask you to submit the details. Once you submit the details, it will go to a payment account. Now it will go to a payment account. Here enter your name, right? This name will automatically populate here. How it is coming here? Because you gave your name here. So what are the name you give it here in these three columns, that name will automatically populate here. That's why. And it will not allow you to edit the card holder name. It will not allow you to edit. That's the reason I'm saying that when you're creating the, when you're entering your username, your first name, last name, middle name, make sure you enter it properly. Make sure you enter it properly according to your card, so that when your card payment happens, it will accept the same name. And then enter your card number details and whatever address you have, right? Enter your address and then sign up. Okay, click on the sign up. Once it is done, it will generate a okay, it will generate a OTP which will charge you 2 rupees of 2 rupees. Okay, to check whether this card is active. Okay, whether the card is active, whether the transaction is happening or not, we'll check it. Okay, and that 2 rupees will be returned back after 2 hours. After 2 hours, they'll return back to you 2 rupees. Once they return back the account, okay, they'll return back your 2 rupees. Now complete this by submission, and you'll be related to your Azure account. You'll be related to Azure. This is how it looks. Welcome to Azure. This will look like this. Welcome to Azure. It will give you welcome to Azure. Fine. This is what your account creation. This is what your account creation. Account creation. Fine. Now, these are your steps which you need to perform. So simple account creation, it is not that complex. So click on this link. Okay. Then click on start free. Once you start to enter a Gmail account, give a password which you can remember for Azure, and then click on next for solving the puzzle. That you're a human, you're not uh, you're not like any other like a robot or something. And then once you identify this one, everything is complete. Now enter your card details. Okay, card details according to the card, any of the card, you enter the details. And then once you enter the card details, you enter your email name and everything. Okay, all these details. When you fill up this one, it'll ask you a phone number, right? Phone number, your verification of the your verification code, your OTP generation, your details like your, what is your address, what is your PAN card, what is your organization, it will ask you. And once you click enter, it will take you to the payment gateway. Here you just make sure what the card name you gave there, the same name is visible here, and enter the card details and make a payment of 2 rupees here. Okay, when it generates OTP, it will ask you 2 rupees. That 2 rupees will revert you back in some time, and once you confirm it, your account is created. Right, it's just like 10 to 12 steps of that. Follow it. Fine. This document they'll give you after this class, you can refer this one. Now let's go and create, now let's go and see how to create a virtual machine. Okay, how to create a virtual machine, because to perform a day-to-day task we require this virtual machine. So now, how to create a virtual machine? Okay, this is the main thing we want to create it, because if you want to start a Linux practical we require this one, right? So now how do you create this virtual machine? Let's see. Now account creation is completed. Okay, now come back to the home page. The moment you log in, you'll see something called a home page. Okay, you'll be seeing like this: welcome to Azure and etc. Like you'll give you start with free trial. You can click on the start with free trial here. It will start your free trial. Fine. So now, how do you create a virtual machine? So step number one, what you need to do is search here. Initially, you will not see this Azure services, all the things. So search here. Say your virtual machines. Search in the bar. Virtual machine. Search for virtual machines. You'll get the virtual machines here. Click on it. Okay, already I have two virtual machines. Okay, that is for different students. So now come back. So click on create virtual machine. Okay, so now when you click on create virtual machine, these are all the fields you need to fill it. Okay, for now what you do is, okay, create this virtual machine. Okay, so now very first thing, in this virtual machine you have something called a basic tab. So these basic details are important for us. Now there is something called subscription. What is subscription? So Azure billing, that means how do you want a billing? So subscription is nothing but, for example, your company is running multiple projects in the single Azure account, right? So in case you want to, if you want separate billing, then you go and create your separate subscription. So the subscription can be created for you. Right now it will be free tier. For you right now it will be free tier. When you create the account, it will be free tier account. Okay, for me it is pay as you go, because I'm using this account from very long. Okay, so this account is from very long, I'm using it. So you use your free tier, by default will come here, and then you have resource. Fine. So what is this resource group? So this resource group is nothing but, a resource group is collection of resources that shares same lifecycle permission policies. So simple terms, what is this Azure doing is, it is creating a resource group where you put all the resources. In simple terms, it is resource group is nothing but a directory or a folder. A resource group is a folder in which you're putting all the resources. Resources is like your machines, virtual machines, your load balances, all these resources of your everything you're putting in single resource group. So this resource group, what is the benefit of this is easy way of tracking. In case you tomorrow you want to easily track something, right? You can track via the resource group. That is the reason we're using this resource group. That is the reason we're using this resource group. So easily you can track your resource group. Okay, in case you want to track it, fine. So that's the reason they're creating the resource group. So one resource group will have a collection of resources. A resource can be a virtual machine, it can be a IP address, it can be your load balancer, it can be a VNet or all that services, right? So tomorrow, in case you want to delete all of them, just delete the resource group, right? It is enough. Okay. So proper way of maintaining. So subscription is nothing but your billing. In case you want to maintain separate billing, and your resource group is something which is your a container kind of, it is kind of a container which contains all the collection of resources, collection of resources, right? Now next one, give a virtual machine name. Give a name for a virtual machine. Give a name for a virtual machine. Give a name for your virtual machine. So let's first create a resource group, right? So create a resource group. I'll give this as a DevOps resource group. DevOps Azure RG. I'm giving a short name as RG. So I gave a subscription which is pay as you go model. For you it will be free tier. For you it will be free tier. For me it is pay as you go model. Resource group is nothing but a collection of, a resource group is kind of a container or a kind of a directory or a folder which contains all the resources. Then you have virtual machines. Then you have virtual machines. So what is this virtual machine? This virtual machine name is nothing but name of your machine. You decide whether it's a production server, whether it's a web server, whether it's a test server, what services. So I'll give this as a web server. I'll say give a name as a web server. Okay. Virtual machine name you can give however you wish. Okay. However you wish you can give your name in case you want to give it. Fine. In case you want to give it. Fine. In case you want to give it, you can give this name. Fine. Now, then you have something called your your region. Okay. So what is this region? So region is nothing but this Azure is available all over the world. It's a cloud, right? So it is available all the world, like US, your India, it's in Hyderabad, it's in your Mumbai, right? All these places it is available. So, so this region you can select any one region, like your US region, specific India. So all these different regions, select any one, right? Doesn't matter. All the places the services are same. All the places services are same. All the places services are same. Fine. So keep it default, whatever it is. And then you have availability zone. What is availability zone? Availability zone is nothing but your data center. Okay, data center. We'll speak about this in detail when you start your Azure, right? In detail, I'll speak about it. In detail, I'll speak about it now. So keep it as no infrastructure redundancy. Okay, we'll speak about in this in detail. What is data center, what is region, because there's a separate diagram for that. And then you have trusted launch virtual machine. This is a security region. Okay, keep it standard. Why? Because if you go with trusted, it will charge you. But right now it will not charge you. You will get a pop-up here saying 15K is free for 1 month. You can utilize that. You can utilize that 15K for 1 month. Right? And then you have your image. So this image is nothing but when you buy a laptop, right? When you, for example, when you buy a laptop, so whenever you buy a laptop, you take an empty laptop, then you install an operating system like Windows 7, Windows 10, right? Here same way, here it is a image. So this image you can select whichever you want. You have Red Hat, Ubuntu, you have your different images, okay, which you want. So you have a huge marketplace here which you want. A collection of marketplaces there where you can go and search n number of images, okay, which image you want. So I'll keep it standard Red Hat. Okay, standard Red Hat. And then if you go with Ubuntu, you go with Red Hat any version, right? It's fine. Now architecture, it will decide based on the image. Okay, architecture based on the image. And then you have a size. So basically when you decide to buy a phone or laptop, you decide it, right? You decide what should be your standard, what should be your CPU RAM, right? 8 core CPU, 16 GB RAM. You decide your phone numbers, right? Same way here also we decided. So here we have different sizes like 1 core CPU, 1 GB RAM. So it will increase, but right now you'll be in free tier, so you'll be seeing limited. But you can see huge. Here you'll have, when you click on the sizes, you'll see a huge CPU like 96 core, 100 core CPU, right? All that things. So keep it standard one, which is a basic. And then okay, this hibernate is nothing but some sleep mode. Leave it as it is. So now comes to your user account password. Okay, so I'll pause it till here. Let's recap once. So I gave a subscription which should be a free tier for you. Resource group should be your, a resource group name is required so that your resources will be in single place. And then you have a virtual machine name. Give your region. Your availability zone has no infrastructure right now because you don't require that your machine to be replicated in multiple locations. Then you have security type as standard. Then you have image as Red Hat. Okay, then you have image as Red Hat. Then next one is your architecture. It will decide automatically. Select your size. So mostly the star items which you have mandatory, that is important for us. And now Azure administration account. So basically how do you want to
I'm
connect
so
this machine,
sorry,
right?
so sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt, but while selecting image,
Hmm.
It's saying Red Hat is a paid service and
Yeah, Red Hat is a paid service. Once you go, if you want to go, go with Ubuntu. Ubuntu is there.
yeah, it's there.
Ubuntu Red Hat 9.3, it will come for you. Maybe 9.3 should be free because it's the latest one. Check for
Uh,
Gen 1 or Gen 2 9.3.
yeah, it says Ubuntu Server 20.04
Okay, fine.
Gen 2.
It's fine.
Okay, and about this, the size also, it's not giving 1 GB, it's just
Hmm.
giving 8 GB.
Default, right? Click on the sizes. Click on see all sizes and go and select the standard BS one. No problem. You want to select the 8 one, it's fine because initially, if your account is free, doesn't matter. Utilize that 15,000 which they are paying, right? Utilize it. That is free for you.
For people in other countries, like what will be repaid?
No, it is free only for everyone. Doesn't matter. Everyone it is free. First time when you create an account, it is free. If you're
Okay,
creating
got
account for the first time, it is free. Every person, not doesn't matter other countries, any country, all over the worldwide, it is free. Anyone is creating his account for the first time. Fine.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
now authentication type. There are two types you can connect it. One is with SSH key. Okay, this is SSH key one, and one is password. That's fine. So we'll for now we'll use your password. I'll show you SSH in the next session. So go and give a name. I'll say this is Azure user, and your password is also Azure user. Okay, give some name. Okay, I'm so just giving some password. So keep one special character or something and then use it. So I'm giving username password. Right, I'm going with password. I'll show you how to connect with SSH. And then inbound port rules. So what are these inbound port rules? Are nothing but security ports. These are like security ports is nothing but a firewall rules. So these firewalls are required to connect your machine. Firewalls are required to connect your machine in case you want your traffic to be connected via internet, right? So require this firewall rules. Again, this is a separate concept. This is like your services. Now you're using a login service called SSH. That for that purpose you require a firewall rule. So these are all your firewall rules. Keep it default, leave as it is. So just give your password. So what all things we selected, just review it. We gave a subscription, we gave a resource group, we gave a virtual machine name, region, availability zone, no infrastructure, and then security type standard and select your image. Fine. And once you select, you give a size and give your username password. Keep it simple for now. I'll increase the complexity, okay, of this when you start your Azure. Okay, now basic need is what we have to run your Linux command, right? That is the reason we have to create this account. Okay, for that purpose we require this account. So keep it simple, just select these options. Okay, so that you can create a machine. Now next is all these are different like a disk. By default they'll give you some disk and everything. Okay, they'll give you all the disk. Okay, so there'll be some primary disk, secondary disk, they'll be assigning you. It's like your C drive, D drive, right? They'll be assigning your C drive, D drive, which is available. If you want to attach any other disk, you can attach from here. So right now keep your machine simple. So just consider two tabs. One is your basic and one is your grade and review. So this all tabs I'll walk you through again. Okay, now leave this as simple default. Okay, don't touch these tabs. Okay, so because like there's a deep explanation on this, I'll give you a separate session on this. So now just go with the basics, enter your basic details like your substation, resource group, your machine details, and once you give your password, set up your password here, click on create and review. Directly click on create and review. So first basic tab and create and review. Leave these tabs, I'll explain you in detail again. Okay, this tab separately. So now this create and review will tell you your the costing of this, how much is the costing, right? For you it is a free account initially, so don't need to worry. For me it will be chargeable. For me it will be chargeable. For me, it will be chargeable. Now all the details will come here. All the details. And see the name, preferred name, how it came. This is account with my debit card, credit card, right? So this will come. So that's the reason I told you when you create account, make sure give your name account to debit and credit card. So whatever the details you enter here in the first name, last name, right? Give account to your debit card. Now these are all the details what you have entered. Pay as you go model, your resource group name, your image and etc things, right? All the details are here. Click on create. Okay, this will take some time, like a minute to create this machine. Okay, your deployment is completed. Now all the details will be your deployment details. Now click on go to resource. Now once you come here, okay, here it is, will show you the message notification deployment succeeded. Now this is the main page of this is the main page of your server, right? So you can also, if you go back, okay, maybe your machine is created somewhere, click on virtual machine, search for virtual machines, and click on your machine name, right? So now your machine details are here, all the details of the machines are here. Now how do you connect this machine? Okay, how do you connect this machine? So wait for this machine to populate all the details. Okay, it is running, but still it will take some time. Okay, so now all the details are populating. Okay, I'll explain you again all these details. Now your machine is account is created, your machine is launched. Okay, we have created a machine as well. So now machine is created. Now how do you connect this machine? Okay, so machine creation is also done, we gave all the details here. Okay, now how do you connect an virtual machine, right? So now you can connect this virtual machine in three different ways. One is your Azure shell. There will be your Azure cloud shell will be there, and then you will have something called, you can connect via your CMD command prompt. Okay, you can connect via command prompt, and also you can connect via your putty. If you have a putty tool in your Windows, you can connect. Okay, even someone has a Mac, they can connect with your item. In the Mac there will be something called item, they can use your Mac item. Fine. So now let's see how to connect this one. So copy this public IP address, copy this public IP. Can you see this public IP? Copy it, and see here there is a cloud shell. Can you see there is a cloud shell here? There is a symbol of the cloud shell which you have it here. Right click. Okay, maybe it will not take a right click. Click on that. Okay, click on that, it will open here. Just click on that, it will not take a right click. It says you pay as you go module and create a storage. It will ask you to create a storage. So step number one I'm showing here, how to connect with Azure cloud shell. So it will take some time for creating. Okay, so Cloud Shell is preparing for you. You can expand this Cloud Shell, right? It will open in the big tab in case you want to open. So let it prepare first. Okay, fine, it is prepared. Now type SSH. Okay, Azure user, because this is the user you created initially. When you initially gave the name, right, in the credentials, username, password, you gave that name. So you gave that Azure user. If you see this Azure user and password, you gave it, right? So Azure user is the one which you gave it. And second thing is IP address. Okay, SSH Azure user at the rate IP address. So same thing. You'll be using the same thing for all the three. So you'll be using your will be using your SSH Azure user. What is the user you gave at the rate public IP address? So check the public IP. What is the public IP for your machine? And this will prompt for the password. So password also you remember what is the password. It will prompt for the password, right? So same thing, same way this will the command prompt also will prompt for the password. Okay, it will prompt for the password. Let's see how this connects. Now click on, okay, copy your password, copy this one and paste it here. Okay, so while pasting, like unnecessary things will come, or better type it. Okay, now at the rate public IP address 13.92.6.93 and hit enter. It is asking, do you want to connect? Yes, I want to connect. And your give your Azure password. What the password you give it? Remember the password and give it. So your machine is web server machine connected. See here, you went from them some prompt, and now you connected to Azure user at the web server. What the web server you connected is the machine. Okay, this is a machine you connected. Okay, this is one way of connecting. If you want to expand, click on this. It will expand the window. Right? This is one way of connecting where you click on this Cloud Shell and you give SSH user at the rate public IP address as a user at the rate public IP address. Fine. You want to exit, click on exit. Okay. Now this is one way of connecting it. Now second one is via your command prompt. Same thing. So open your command prompt. So click search in your Windows CMD. You'll search here. Click on command prompt. And in this command prompt, type same command SSH Azure user at the rate public IP address, right? What is the public IP of this machine? Take the same public IP, copy it, and simply paste it here. Hit enter. Azure user. Okay. Azure user. So your Azure user is kept here. Okay. So Azure user is logged in now. Machine is logged in. So simple SSH Azure user at the rate. So what is the username you gave it for your machine? So I gave Azure user. You give any name which you want at the rate public IP. This is from your command prompt. Same way, if you have a putty, okay, if you have a putty, okay, putty is a tool which you can download from internet. So just say download putty for your Windows so and so machine. Okay, so now here also what you'll use is same thing as your user at the rate public IP address. Fine, and now this port number 22 SSH, same thing, no nothing you have to give it, and open this one. Accept. It will ask you for the password. Okay, password. So enter your password is your user at the rate 123. Right? I gave that password. It's connecting the machine. You want to increase the font, you can increase the font by right click, change settings, appearance, and make it 16. Okay, your web server is connected. As your user at the rate web server is the machine which is connected. Fine. So various ways you can connect this machine. Okay. One is via your cloud shell, one is via your command prompt, and one is via your putty. Okay, all the three different ways you can connect this one. Okay, putty also you can use the same thing, only in the host section. I believe host section was host name and IP address, right? Host name and IP address. Here you mention your Azure user at the red public IP, and once you hit enter, it'll ask your password. Okay, it'll ask your password as well. Form for password, give the password. So three different ways you can connect the machine. Fine. So now, okay, let's assume that all our work is completed. Now all my work is completed. So if you want to stop the machine, stop it. Okay, or what you can do now is go back to this Azure Microsoft Azure. There's something called resource group. Search for resource groups. Something called resource. Just before you created resource group called your Devops Azure RZ, right? Okay, also Cloud Shell. So when you're deleting something, okay, when you want to delete everything, so search for resource group. Every machine now, if you see this web server is part of which resource group? Okay, Azure resource group. So this resource group, if you delete it, that means the web server IP address, everything will delete. So when you are trying to delete it, search for resource groups, go in the resource group and check. If you don't have any of the resource group here, that means you're not charging. If you don't have any of the resource group, that means you're not charging. You're not charging. Yeah, you're not charging here. Fine. You're not charging. Yeah. So the charges are not applicable if there is no resource group. That means you're not using your account. Okay, you're not using any of the services in your account. So that is not chargeable. So what you do is click on this resource group. Okay, and now copy the resource group name and delete the resource group. Okay, in case you want to delete it. So because when you create a machine is already not created, a disk is created, a network is created, IPs is created, so that all that things are created. So you, if you delete just a machine is not sufficient, you have to delete the entire resource group where you have collection of resources, fine. This will go in delete your resource group. Likewise, you have some other resource groups. Plan to delete that as well. Now you create a cloud shell, right? Copy this cloud shell one, click on this cloud shell, and try to delete that resource group cloud shell. Because don't leave it, otherwise what will happen? The charges will start. Maybe for your right now in free tier account, but once you exit free tier account, make a habit of it. Okay, make a habit of this. Fine. Okay. So any questions, guys? Any queries? Any questions? Is it like so? First, create a Azure account, create a machine, and then connect it. Connection is simple. Okay, creating a machine also I have put in this document. Maybe I'll just format this one and give it to you. How to create a machine. Okay, what are the things steps you have to take it, that also I put in the document. So take some time and create it. From tomorrow we'll start your Linux administration first class. Okay, so I'll tell you the basics of Linux first, then I'll drive you to the advanced one. Okay, this will go for nearly like 1.5 week minimum it will take for the Linux admin, because there are huge concepts. That is a base structure for you. That is a base for you. So Linux is very important to learn, because that is a base for your DevOps and your Azure. Fine. So any questions so far in your machine creation? Don't worry. Again, I'll show you daily. Daily, whenever I do a practical, daily I'll be deleting a machine, and daily I'll be creating a machine. So in the beginning of the class, we'll be creating a machine, and at the end of the class, I'll delete a machine. So same practice I'll do it, so that your hand should become free. Okay, so that when you go for DevOps, it should be very easy for creating a machine or launching a new machine. Any questions?
Yeah.
Any queries? Any thoughts?
Hi,
Yeah.
Sagar. This is funny. One
Yeah.
question. When I create the subscription, it shows that Azure subscription one instead of a free trial. Is it the same as a free trial version?
Azure subscription 1.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, for me also it's showing the
So
same.
you're getting this anything in this bar 15K free,
Let
or you're
me.
getting any upgrade button here, upgrade tab here.
No.
No. And there is no notifications.
Search for subscriptions. Okay. So seeing any cost here,
Uh,
the
Current.
subscription button. Search for subscriptions and go
It just
inside it.
says owner and current cost is
It's
loading.
not available. Current cost.
Current cost not available. So you're
Yeah.
not charging. It's a free account.
Okay.
How
And
long is it gonna be free?
1 month. So it's
here
just
we
for
can
one
check
month.
the
While creating account, did you create a free account or a pay as you go model? That also it matters. While
free
creating an
account only.
account, free account only, right? You started with this free account only, right? Start free.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right? So definitely there'll be a pop-up here which will come in sometime. Like you'll see that 15K is free for you. Okay, 15,000 K is free for you, and this will be last for 1 month only. That will be just for 1 month. After 1 month, the pay as you go model. So automatically after 1 month, this substation, what will happen when you go inside it, you see it will be disabled here. It will ask you to reactivate, or your one upgrade button will come here. Here or here upgrade button will come. When you click on this, it will ask you to upgrade your account from free tier to the pay as you go model.
Okay, and this 15,000, like when do we use it?
Use it in this month only, and done in this
Okay.
month only.
And it won't auto renew, right? Like
No,
without
no,
the.
it will not. Without your confirmation, it will not order any. You have to explicitly, a button will come here, upgrade button will come here, pop up. That upgrade button, if you click it, it will then move your free tier account to pay as you go model. If you have one more debit card, one more credit card, and one more phone number, go and create one more account.
Okay, and I have a question. Can you show the Azure Cloud Shell connecting once again for virtual machine?
Just click on this. Click on this cloud shell. There's a cloud shell. Can you see here?
Yeah.
Click on this cloud shell and click on this create storage. So
And
here also you'll get your whatever subscription name is, same subscription. Once you go inside it, just type this command ssh user at the rate public IP of the machine. So what are the public IP of the machine you have? That public of the IP of the machine you have to give it. For example, if I take this machine, maybe the public IP is there.
Every day we have to create the virtual machine and
No need to, like
delete
you will
the.
create once and stop it. But initially I recommend create daily so that you will get familiar with the fields what you are using it. So just copy this public IP and just give Azure SSH Azure user at the rate public IP. So what the username you gave it for the machine, that username at the rate public IP address. That's it.
okay, then it's giving another command asking for password, and when I'm
Yeah,
typing password,
password.
not taking anything.
Password, one thing, password will not be visible to you. Basically, when you see any website you go, right? You go to any website, you type password, it will be in either two ways. Either it will be an asterisk or it will be like some dots, right? It will be some finding some like some big dots will come there. It is hidden.
Not
But
showing
here
anything.
password is invisible. Password is invisible. You have to type your password. Just type your password. What are the password? For example, my password is Azure user at 123. Just go and type it and hit enter. It will not be visible to you.
Okay.
In case you have typed the wrong password, just keep pressing the backspace, okay, and start again. So password will not be visible to you because it's Linux, right? It is much more secure. So that's the
Okay.
reason.
Permission denied, so that means wrong password.
Wrong password. So type it properly, slowly, and hit enter.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question. So I'm using the Ubuntu here. So is this same way we have to? I mean, in Ubuntu we
Connect.
have the
Same
terminal,
connection.
right? command.
Same
We
connection.
are using commands in the Windows. So here is like a terminal we are using. So same command prompt.
Same commands, same commands.
Okay.
So only
Okay.
thing, operating system is different, but the commands what you're going to learn is same across both.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions? Any more doubts?
Like, how do we
Okay.
delete the machine?
Um, you can just come back to the home page. Don't delete the machine. Make sure to delete the resource group. So search for resource groups. What are the resource groups comes? Click on that resource group and copy the resource group name and delete the resource group from here. So search for resource groups and delete all the resource groups what you have. Click on the resource group, it will take you inside delete resource group and give the name here. What are the name you have? Give the name and click on delete button. Click on delete button. Okay.
Okay, and the name we have to give here is the resource group name.
Resource group name.
Okay,
Okay. Any other questions? Any other queries? Any other doubts? So give a try, guys. Give a try of this. Okay. Tomorrow we'll start your practicals. I'll show you the machine creation again. How to connect. How to connect. How to create that. How to delete it. And then day after, like tomorrow, we'll start basically your commands. Okay. I'll drive with basic commands. Then I'll take you to the advanced concepts of that. Right? If no questions, I'm taking a pause. You'll get this doc, okay, for this account creation. If you have created, great. If you're not created, follow the doc. They'll share you the doc in some time. Okay, fine. Okay, then I'm taking a pause.
thank
If no
you.
questions, thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. You as well.
Thank you, sir.